We've broken down the Super Bowl. We've talked about the halftime show. We've talked about the Tyler Toffoli trade and some rumors in the NHL. What we haven't talked about is baseball. And you know what, Max?
Oh, I miss baseball so
Guess what
friggin'
today
much.
was?
Today was the day where pitchers and catchers were supposed to report to spring training.
Yeah. So
Oh.
to join us in our crying therapy session, let's bring him in now. Brandon Radmacher, our good buddy.
Roddy.
Coach Roddy.
Fellas.
Brandon, how you doing, my good man?
I'm doing well, fellas. It's just you mentioned that day of all the catchers and pitchers got me kind of sad, but
I know.
Hey, I know it's what we got to deal with right now, but
Hey,
I'm
that's
doing
all
well,
right.
fellas. Happy to see you guys. It's been a while.
Absolutely, buddy. We got guys like Ross Stripling on the inside. He's working away. They'll hammer out a deal. But yes, my friend, very good to see you. How's things going? Things are good?
Honestly, been so busy, man. It's been cold, it's been snowy, but it doesn't stop from getting things done. And I know RBI, and we've been getting busy and everything else. So my job, everything's been so busy, and it's been okay. But doesn't make it's an awesome. I just want baseball to get started. I want things to happen. I want spring to start. I just want to get on the field again. I'm kind of itching and really itching, and got that little warm stint there for a while. I'm just like ready to go. I'm just ready to go.
So obviously, you're one of the best grinders I know in terms of your work ethic, Roddy, and you instill that in your students at RBI. I'll just give you a quick shout out here, but I think you're in the middle of block 2 right now. What are you guys doing for training? I know all the kids are like right in the middle of winter training right now because, like you said, spring is right around the corner, and that's when tryouts are and everything. So, where are you guys at with your training regimen right now?
We're just finishing block 3 right now, actually,
Block 3.
and it is honestly awesome. Busy. We got so many kids hitting personal bests right now. It is like you walk in the door and you just feel the intensity and the fun atmosphere right now, and it's kind of cool to take that and you come in there and it's just like a rejuvenation. And just as coaches, you come in there and kids are just ready to go, fired up, and you hear all the different the hitting and different lessons and keeping it loose but still having fun. That's the big thing. And we are not too long, we're going to be I'm taking a group and we're going to Kamloops coming up here soon, and there's different groups, older groups going to Kamloops here again pretty quick, and that just gets you really close. And our players right now they're down nitty gritty grind and they're ready to go, and which makes it kind of fun. And us coaches to just see them hit those personal bests and still go to these showcases and know that they're giving their best. That's what it's all about, man. That's why we do what we do as coaches at RBI. Or just coaches in general. That's what we love.
Max, I'll let you get in here just a sec, but I'm gonna have to just take 1 second out of this because John, have you been sleeping under a rock? They've been on strike for like 75 days. they are in a strike. It's happening. So anyways, just wanted to mention that to John. Shout out to John O, good friend from Winnipeg. Max, go ahead.
You know what, Roddy? As much as, and again, like the sentiments you just echoed, right? Like, how do you top that, right? I think I go back to is there anything better than walking around, watching a student, and not just the fact of the personal best hitting, but that ball smacking a mitt? There really isn't a better sound effect in all of sports, in my personal opinion, outside maybe the odd dinger or two off of a wood bat. But again, right, it's those sights, it's those smells, it's those sounds. Those are the things that really just, again, that's what makes a day like today really hard, knowing that the guys that we emulate and look up to and watch on the major league fields not necessarily being going to be on time at the start of their season. What do you think about the Jays, though, buddy? What do you think? I know it's been a slow-moving off season, but let's get into a little bit of kind of our fandom here. Yeah. What are you thinking about the Jays in 2022 after obviously a very, very heartbreaking end to 2021?
I've been itching, honestly. I've been already looking at booking my tickets to go see them play. Like, I'm already looking at going, hopefully they do play. But, I mean, I've been following them, and I've just seen, and all of a sudden this lockout came in December, and it's just kind of like I lost that. I don't know. I want the Jays to be successful, and they're going to be successful, and I really think they will. It's just a matter of getting all this thing figured out and get them on the field. Because, I mean, if they don't get on the field, any team's not going to be successful, I'll be honest. Because, I mean, if they say they're going to hopefully get into being a March, teams will be able to go. That's 4 weeks before, opening day. And that's going to set back a lot of teams. And hopefully these young guys that the Jays have, are going to be that much ready. Because, I mean, them being, young and ready to go and determined, I think that's going to be an advantage for them. Because, I mean, they have the guys that can get it done and just need to get that experience under their belt. And that's a one more experience they got, is dealing with a 4-week push before opening day. That's going to make that team that just much better, I really personally think.
Absolutely.
I
And
know.
I guess, sorry,
Oh, go
Clark, to
ahead.
cut you off there. I just had kind of one more follow up to it, just from a pitcher standpoint, right? Obviously, all three of us in this conversation here have thrown the ball. Some a little better than others when we look at yourself on the bottom screen. But again, with a potential delay to the start of the season, I mean, we saw it obviously in 2020 with COVID, and it was a reliance on the guys to really show up and be in their best condition, but they were still within their teams. They were still playing together versus the dynamic that we have now where it's a lockout technically, right? Guys aren't going to the facilities. Guys aren't necessarily going to be in that team aspect environment right away. How much does that set pitchers back when I guess your offseason even gets thrown off by 2 weeks, let alone potentially a month, maybe 2, maybe even 3? How much does that really change, I guess, for a pitcher in terms of your preparation for when you do get going, when you don't know when you're going to get going?
Well, I mean, as a pitcher, I mean, my career and all these people I've talked to, the mental game is such a huge aspect of it. And I mean, we can talk on and on, we will, but I mean, these pitchers as a pitcher, and I think pitchers in the MLB here are going to have to face is that mental hurdle of actually facing someone else besides their teammates, because they already know where they can pitch to them, and just making it more realistic. I think that's more the competitive side, and that atmosphere side that's what takes a while to get back into. And it's those reps as a team camaraderie. And I think that's a team thing that's what gets those teams' momentums going. That's what the Jays did. It's that team build, that team, what they all believed in together. And I feel like that's what spring training makes a big thing. It's start building that team and then also running with it for the month of May, June, July. And they're going to lose that time together because they're pushing it more individualized, and also the team aspect's going to kind of go with the roof. So I feel like once they get their team and they focus on the team, and I feel like that competitiveness as a pitcher will be able to support each other all as one big circle kind of thing. So it's one of those things you just got to go with the punches, I guess.
One thing I loved, I saw the headline that Dante Bichette has quit the Blue Jays because he was coaching with them in order to work with Bo in the offseason more one-on-one. I just think that's freaking awesome.
It's a fun paperwork transaction for when they hire him back immediately as things get going, but still,
weird.
It's good.
So anyways, just kind of reminds me of, the RBI stuff. And you mentioned a lot of stuff about different training techniques and on all the stuff that it takes to get ready for a season. Now at RBI, you guys have a really cool announcement, and you're really pumped about this. I can genuinely tell that you're excited about this, Roddy. So go ahead. I'll give you the floor here. What's the big thing going on at RBI right now?
Well, I've been something that's been in the works for a while, and it's so cool opportunity for our athletes in Saskatchewan just to kind of be above the other athletes in this country. And it's awesome to be able to bring a person in that I know personally, and I've worked with him personally. He's changed my life within baseball and just in general how I see goal setting and just everything I do within my career, my job, coaching. It's like everything I've shaped my way of coaching. And we have to bring in Dave Righty Williams. He's a mental conditioning coach. The resume says it for itself, man. I could read it all off here. I mean, the guy worked with the U.S. military, former mental conditioning coach for the Mets, Cleveland Indians. He taught me a lot. He taught me a lot, just the basics of, slowing down your brain, worrying about your mind, worrying about what you need to look forward and kind of really put that goal in perspective. I mean, look at that resume. Former mental conditioning coach of the Cleveland Indians. He worked with the U.S. Air Force. That's a lot of stuff. Is cool stories to hear. In the sniper, all these divisions he's worked with and the players he worked with. I used to shape my game around Andrew Miller, and the cool stories to hear about Andrew Miller, that just blew my mind and got me more motivated to do it. And I'm super thankful. I know people at RBI, we worked hard just to take pride in bringing those different, avenues to our athletes and giving them the experiences to be able to achieve their goals and achieve what they want to do in career of baseball and life, and and just be able to take the bull by the horns and improve on all aspects. And it's pretty cool to be a part of it and let all of our kids, they can go in goals. But big thing of baseball is the mental side, and that's what people need to we'll get a piece of with listening to this webinar on March 24th.
So yeah, very cool that that's happening. Now, Roddy, we talked to Chris about this last time Chris was on with us. But you and me and Max, we grew up in a generation where like surgical tubing was pretty like advanced technology for us at the time. Now, Chris told me that you guys now have a straight up VR headset in your in your facility that you guys are using to get extra reps. Can you just talk about the impact that that's had on some of the stuff that you've been working on? Like, how cool is it to have that in your facility?
It's funny because always everybody said pitchers would look funky and they do their own funky things, and also now I see hitters in the corner at the RBI doing extra reps. And I mean, I was talking to Chris today. They said they got 9,000 extra reps of just seeing pitches, and I was like, man, oh man, like that is something else. Like being able to see the pitches, see the curveball, be able to justify what's a ball and a strike before even being able to be on a field. I mean, that just shows for the mental side how it like really gets you ready and gets you mentally ready for real life situations in game. And I've honestly, when I put that on and as mind blowing, I was like, what? I would have done anything for one of these when I was a kid, and be able to be a part of this. And my hitting, I'm a pitcher and I like to think I hit, but I can't.
Oh, but, Roddy, I saw you swing the bat a few times. You had it. You knew how to stretch one.
Roddy's one of those guys where like, he's the one that everyone says, when he connects with it, it goes a long way.
Oh, buddy had just a clean finish on the swing too. Always the full arm extension. Roddy had like talking about NFTs in the space of that. Roddy had that nice clean photo finish every time, and he was ready. He was ready for his moment.
All right, when are the RBI NFTs coming out, Max? When
Well, I guess we got to get the dialogue going on that. But anyways,
yeah, that's the next
proprietary information. We'll cut this out of the episode.
Yeah. So I guess Roddy, first of all, Dave Williams his ears must have been burning. He's popped in and said hi.
Oh, Dave, nice to see you, buddy. I'm excited to have you.
So there he is. John Ohm again, shout out. He says, watching the Flames ladies curling in SquadCast. Shout out to anyone who's checking in. Make sure you drop a like on the video today. Hit the share button if you don't mind. That helps us out a ton. So Roddy, I guess to kind of wrap it up here, tell us where everybody can kind of get a hold of you guys at RBI. Where can we find you? Is there time to get involved in this webinar that you guys are working with? Give us the kind of rundown of that.
Yeah, we just released with the webinar, we just released some information that people could sign up. We just got the email access today and it blew up. And people want to be a part of it. People want to learn. People want to be successful, and that's why we want to offer to our athletes and want to offer to people. And Dave's the guy to put them in that right place and give them the right guidance to be successful. And I have all the right things to say about Dave, and I'm so excited to have him with our athletes. And you can contact Chris. You can contact RBI, our Facebook page and Instagram has a link to the webinar. There's limited spots. See how it goes. Limited spots. It's going to be over virtual, but it doesn't mean that we can't get all the mental reps in that way too, from learning different ways of goal setting, resiliencies, and all that. So everything that you need, just contact RBI. You can Facebook, websites, Instagram, all that stuff. And I'm just shaking right now, just thinking about it. I'm so excited just to bring this for our athletes.
Love it, absolutely love it. Roddy, thanks for popping in here tonight. I'm sure fishing's right around the corner for you, so I'm sure that's pumped. You got pumped up for that too, coming up for too long.
Always do. I haven't been fishing lately. I've been more focusing on personal goal stuff, trying to get back in shape and eating right, getting back into the things I need to do to get the mental ready. And I thought, why not offer to everybody else the same things I've been working on? So. Always good. Oh, Chris, you always
There's Chris.
Big fishing guy.
All right, Roddy, I got a quick either or for you before we let you go. Backwards K to close out a game or nailing. What was the term you used in your Instagram story the other weekend? I saw you out with Brandon with Mr. Cater there. What was the term you guys were dubbing the big ones that you were trying to grab?
Oh, are you talking about the fishing burb?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, landing a big burb or backwards K and up somebody in the bottom of the ninth.
There's nothing like back up K in the bottom of the ninth. It's something about walking off that mountain knowing that you dropped the hammer, and that's what it's all about. But that's a tough question there, but I'll take the K for sure. Backwards K.
The K over the burb. I like it.
Now my gears are going, Max. I got one more for you. Buckling a knee or a swing and a miss. I always love buckling the knee on a curveball for strike.
You never buckled anybody's knee on a curveball. Oh,
shush, Max. Get out of here with that. I had one of the best curveballs in the league. But anyways,
What league?
the same one you played in.
Well, I'll tell you this, Clark. My favorite was when buckle the knee with a swing while hitting the knee with the backward slider. That's my favorite. That's all nasty. That's my favorite. I mean, it must have been a nasty pitch if they're going to swing it and buckle at the same time. That's what it's all about right there.
Perfect.
Good
All right,
stuff,
Roddy,
Roddy.
we'll let you go, and I'm so pumped for all this news coming out of RBI, and we'll hopefully chat again before too long.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
Take
All
care,
right.
buddy.
There he is, Coach Roddy. Love that guy.